So what does it take to be a successful entrepreneur? Well, stick around because in today's video, we're going to be giving you 8 different things that every new entrepreneur and existing entrepreneur definitely needs to know. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brian here with Revenue Pro Tips. Welcome to the channel. And that's right, today we're going to be talking about a few things that every new and existing entrepreneur needs to know and be implementing into their businesses to be successful. All right. But hey, if this is your first time visiting the channel, I want to say welcome. Thanks for coming to check us out today. And look, if you like the video, if you get great value from the video, let us know by hitting that like button, that thumbs up, and also subscribing to the channel by hitting the little red button down below the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification, so you don't miss when we upload new content, because we're doing so every week, multiple times a week, bringing you information, tips, and even online based opportunities to help you put more money in your pocket or your bank account. All right. So whether it's for your personal finances or your business finances, you're going to want to stay tuned, stay locked in with us. All right. And also, look, if you're looking for an opportunity to start making money online, if that's something you want to engage in, if you're not already doing so, or if you're an existing entrepreneur, you want to add on some additional sources of revenue, then definitely I would encourage you, check out the first link in the description below. We have an amazing online opportunity where you can build a solid, legitimate business. All right. Hey, so with that said, let's jump on into it, because we got 8 awesome, amazing things that you should know and be implementing. And the number one thing, guys, you might have heard me say this before, is to stay open-minded. It's important as an entrepreneur, I think as a person in general, to be open-minded. However, when it comes to business, you want to be open-minded, but narrowly focused. All right. So what I mean by that is I'm a person who personally never says no to anything unless right away there's a red flag, right? If it's something detrimental to me or others, regardless of it's my personal family, friends, or whatnot, just any person in general, is detrimental or damaging in some way to me or someone else, then I'm not engaged in it. It doesn't matter in what way, physical, mental, financial. If it's bad, it's bad. I'm not engaging in it, right? But I want to be able to research things, right? So people present different business opportunities and things like that to me all the time, right? And I never say no. I will ask for more information. However, it's important when you're an entrepreneur and you've found your thing that you're into, or your business is catered around you're in the automotive service business, whatever the business is, right? You want to be focused on that, right? There's going to be a lot of things, especially if you're a really good person, you're approachable, and people know you're about your business, you're about money. They're going to want to maybe bring you on to something they're doing, or just get involved in something you're doing. And, the latter might be something that's more doable for you because you're still focused on what you're doing. But it's highly important, right? Especially in this 2021 with so many different online based business opportunities. If you follow the channel, we're huge and huge advocates of online based opportunities, right? But in that world of business and entrepreneurship online, there are so many different things, right, that come up, businesses, products, services that are being created and offered every single day and present an opportunity for people to make money. However, you don't want to get distracted, right? You don't want to give your attention to everything, right? Because chances are, if you just focus on what you're doing, you're going to make money. If there's somebody who's been successful at that thing already, that means you can be just as successful, or even achieve greater success. All right. So what you want to do is be open-minded, but you want to be narrowly focused. All right. Tuned in, locked in to what you're doing, or what it is you're going after, your goals. All right. Number 2 is going to be, what are your commitments? So I've said this in other videos before too. If you're a new entrepreneur, you're looking into different business opportunities. First, you want to know, what are your commitments, right? Are you a person are you a student, right? You're young, you're a student, maybe high school, even college, right? Or are you somebody maybe a little older in age, right? You already have a career going on, but you don't have a family. So you can maybe spend a little bit of time outside of your job engaging in a business, right? Are you somebody who does have a family? Do you have, do you have to prioritize your family and you have a job, right? So you can see those different scenarios are going to present different opportunities, but also different challenges in terms of like time, things like that, right? if you have a family like myself and you have a job, then you're gonna have you're gonna have to see, what are the priorities? Where are you spending most of your time? And depending on the different businesses or things you're interested in, can you really give what is necessary in terms of time, in terms of focus, right? In terms of finances to that opportunity to make sure that you're successful. Okay. So I've engaged in businesses before and things that I wanted to do, and I know I would have been successful. However, shortly after getting involved, I realized like, hey, once I put things into perspective, priorities into perspective, I did not have the time, okay, to engage in maybe a particular opportunity or business that I thought I could get involved in. All right. So know your commitments is number 2. Number 3 is work full-time on your job. For those of you who have a job, work full-time on your job, part-time on your future, right? So for those of you who are involved in entrepreneurship, especially like network marketing, things like that, you might have heard the name Jim Rohn. That's not Jim Rome, but Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, right? He's considered the godfather of network marketing, right? One of the few people who's probably ever made hundreds of millions, I believe, in network marketing, okay? But also very, very famous speaker, right? And the man just presented and gave you principles that will work in any business. Incredible. And one of his things was always work part-time. Work full-time on your job, but part-time on your future, right? Don't quit your job, right? You've been presented with an opportunity to go into business, right? Whether that's online, offline, right? Somebody came to you and said, hey, I got this awesome opportunity. We're gonna make a lot of money, right? You get excited, right? That's just normal. You get excited, you're pumped up, you're jacked up, right? And so you go and tell your boss the next day, I quit. I'm gonna put all my time into this business. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Just because somebody else is already making money in it doesn't mean it's gonna be the same outcome for you. Not to say it won't, but it's more than likely that it's not gonna go exactly the same for you. So what you wanna do, guys, is I would suggest, just like Jim Rohn would, what you want to do is work your job, start off slow, start off part-time in your business, whatever that may be. And make sure that give yourself, a date, a goal. My thing is work your job until you have consistently doubled your income from your job. If you're working a salary or whatever your monthly is, that you're making from your job. Once you have doubled that in your business, while working that business part-time, I may say, you're working that business part-time, but you're able to double what you make from your job on a full-time basis for 6 months. Okay. So here we go. Double your income. Number 1. Number 2, double your income for 6 months, working your business part-time while still working your job full-time. Once you've done that, you've seen the growth in income on a consistent basis, 6 months, right? And the future is looking brighter than ever. Once you hit those 6 months, you can still see yourself growing and going. Then go ahead and quit that job. Let them know, hey, I got an opportunity. It's been working for me and I'm going all in on this thing. All right. So that's number 3, work full-time on your job, part-time on your future in your business. All right. Number 4 is know your numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when you start off in a business as an entrepreneur, chances are you're probably a little strapped when it comes to capital, right? Maybe some of you are lucky enough to be going into a business. You have a large savings. You made a lot of money in your career, in your jobs. Okay. So you have enough capital, maybe that you personally have, or you have access to capital. But for the majority of entrepreneurs I'm familiar with throughout history, right? Not many have come in with large sums of money. All right. So what you're going to have to do is you're not going to, without having a lot of money, you probably can't hire people. So you're going to have to know your numbers when it comes to your business. OK, you have to know, whether if it's a product based company, who is your supplier of the product, the manufacturer of the product, unless you're somehow manufacturing it yourself. But if you're buying from a provider, large bulk of your products, right? They're supplying it, they're creating it. You're just buying it from them once they create it for you. What is that going to cost you? And then what is the profitability? What are your profit margins from that product? How much do you have to sell, and at what price to achieve the financial goals you're trying to achieve? Because I don't personally know anybody who's going into entrepreneurship who always wants it to be like busy working. Generally, most people look at entrepreneurship and they see the opportunity to gain back their time, our most valuable asset, right? You go into entrepreneurship thinking one day I can just chill and make money. sometimes the case, most of the times not the case. But hey, if you're doing what you love to do and you enjoy it, you probably want to be involved anyways. But what I'm saying is that you have to know the numbers, right? Nobody in your business should know your numbers better than you. You have to know where money's going, how much money is coming in, how frequently, prioritize, what is the most necessary right now that I spend money on that's going to give me the greatest shot at a profit, at making money, right? Because the thing is, if you're not in profit in business, you're just not in business. All right. Basically, what you're doing when you're selling something and basically breaking even or even losing money and it's your business, you're just working another job, right? You're the boss, but yet you still have to show up every day and work. And it never ends because there's no profit. There's nothing to give you the room to allow you to step back and not have to work. OK, if there's no profit, there's no ability to go on and start hiring people to do the work for you. OK, so you need to know your numbers. What is your profitability? Know how much money you're also willing to lose. Guys, chances are you're going to lose some money in business. Hopefully, it's not enough to just eliminate the whole idea. Maybe you lose a little bit here and there, but you're able to still keep on going. Because most people, honestly, I think the numbers go like something like most people aren't seeing a profit, at least in traditional business, aren't seeing a profit until like 3 years into the business, right? All the money, even when they are in profit at the beginning, has to continue to go back into the business, which I'll touch on in a second. All right, in another point. But again, know your numbers. Know what's your profitability, know how much money you're willing to lose, because chances are you're going to lose some here and there, right? But hopefully you have the access to capital and stuff like that to continue going. Number 5, guys, is the cute things don't work. All right. The cute things won't make you successful, but what works will. I hope you got that. Again, I'll say it again. The cute things won't make you successful, but what works will. All right. And what I mean by that is, access to capital, right? Access to business credit, the cute logos and names of your companies, right? The starting LLCs and S Corps and all that stuff. I mean, how many of you out there, for those of you who are seeing this video who have started businesses or currently have a business, have gone out and you either had savings or went and got access to capital. You got a line of business credit. You got a real designer to create you the most awesome business logo, came up with a real cool, catchy name, right? You incorporated your company, and then went out there and fell flat. like there was just like you were trying to get off the ground with business, but it was just too much pulling you down. And you got no traction to get down the track. You got no air under your wings to start going. Your business just did not go nowhere. That's happened to me. All right. I'm just speaking from experience, right? Put all that thought and all this stuff into it. Business went nowhere. All right. So look, what you want to focus on is the things that work. All right. Are you in profit? Okay. If you're not in profit, you're not in business. So are you making money? Are you in profit? And at the same time, are you in profit with a satisfied customer base, with satisfied clientele? Okay. Because the thing is, you can't mask a suffering business forever, right? You can maybe survive for a little while, but again, if an airplane is not the speed, if there's not enough speed to allow air to come at a fast enough rate underneath those wings, it's not going anywhere. It's not getting off the ground. All right. You just keep on going on the ground until you get to the end of the runway. Then you realize that your business, hey, this is just not working out. I'm gonna have to give it up. All right. It happens a lot more frequently than not for entrepreneurs, believe it or not, right? I'm sure some of you are familiar, been studying entrepreneurs. You know that most entrepreneurs fail 9 times out of 10 before they come into a successful, or finally they get a business to succeed. Okay. So again, don't focus on the cute things. Focus on things that are providing a profit for you. And you're doing that with a satisfied customer base, satisfied clients. Okay. Sprint yourself to some fast money. But most entrepreneurs, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, full-time, long-term, successful entrepreneur, business owner, investor, right? You're going to have to be in this for the long haul. Okay. So what I mean by that is, you might come into business, an opportunity, based on like a trend. Okay. And that's perfectly fine. You know, if you have a game plan and you want to find a fast way, a quick way to make a quick buck, a quick dollar, you know, then by all means do that and take advantage of it. I'm not definitely not frowning upon like fast money, as long as it's legit, you know, ethical, morally, all that right. Okay. But, you know, get your money, get it fast as possible. However, don't make that like that's just it. Like that's what you're always looking for, right? What you want to do is, even if you do find a way to make some fast money, you know, you've come across a business where you can take advantage of like a trend. For instance, right, we're coming out of 2020. What was the big topic of 2020? COVID-19, if you believe in all that. But a lot of people started like making like masks, for instance. It's people out of their homes. I know people who were doing this, okay, and were making money from it. And there's nothing wrong for that. Take advantage when these opportunities present themselves. But I know some people who are doing that, but are not entrepreneurs, right? They did not take the capital and invest it into like another business, a long-term opportunity. And that's what I want you to focus on. Especially, you know, being an entrepreneur is, you know, focus more so on the marathon, you know, and not the sprint. You know, you might have to sprint a couple times to raise the capital to get you into the marathon of business, of the business world. OK, but that's what you want to focus on. Just know that, you know, you're going to have your ups and downs. But if you look at it from a long term perspective and a long term game plan, you know, and you build up the muscle, you build up your endurance like marathon runners have to do, then you'll be good to go. All right. So, again, number 6 is being an entrepreneur is a marathon, not a sprint. OK. Number 7, start small, guys. Like, here's the thing. I don't believe that you need to take on a business where you need to go into debt. I do not recommend that. I've done it. Again, it's one of those things where I'm speaking from experience. I've done it for the business all to go nowhere. All right. So what I recommend is find an opportunity. Again, we're talking about also, if you remember, you know, the point number 3 was work full-time in your job, part-time on your future, meaning, you know, a business opportunity where you're looking at building that eventually into a full-time thing and something that's long-term for your future. All right. So with that said, if it's something that you can do, you know, part-time, chances are that you want to also make it something that doesn't require a lot of like upfront investment. If you have to go into debt or take out use a large chunk of your savings to get started, chances are you'd probably be better off not doing it. Okay, not engaging in that business opportunity. Find something else. There's countless opportunities, especially again when we're talking about online business and online world. All right, so start small. You know, unless, here's the thing: if you have experience or you have the skills, and along with the experience, and you're planning, like, say you're a startup like genius, right? Like that's what you do. If you're somebody who's out there and you start businesses, right? And to eventually sell them, and you have experiences doing this, then by all means go on, because chances are you've done it successfully before, you can do it again. So in that case, then yeah, you can go and acquire credit or maybe get like a hard money loan to start a business, or go to people you personally know and say, hey, I got this opportunity for a business. You know, I need X amount of capital. Would you want to work with me and partner with me? Okay. And chances are, again, if you've been successful already doing that, then you're going to probably go to people who know that you have previous success. So they'll be likely to want to do business with you. But if you don't have the skill sets for a business that you're planning on going in, or you're looking into, or you don't have the experience in that field, that area of expertise, then you want to stay away from debt. All right. Start small or find another opportunity. Once you have the capital, you have the experience, then you come back to that other opportunity that required more capital, that required the greater experience. All right. You want to just give yourself the best chances of succeeding without like killing those chances before you ever get started. If that makes any sense. I hope it does, guys. But again, you know, just start small. That's number 7. Number 8 is do not pay yourself first for self, but pay yourself for your future. What I mean by that is, I'm a believer in paying yourself first. Okay. I believe, you know, the thing is, we live in an economic situation where the chances are, if you have a regular 9-to-5 job, that the government, and maybe even your state, if you live in a state like California, where I'm from, who takes money from what you've worked for before you even get a chance to enjoy it, to receive it, right? They've taken their portion before it even hits your bank account. You're the one that worked for it, okay? I believe that everybody should pay themselves a percentage of what they make first before you ever spend it on anything else, okay? You worked hard for that money. If you're smart, if you understand wealthy folks, they believe in paying themselves first. Of course, there's a limit, there's a percentage, but you should be the first one to receive the money, all right? But here's the thing. Don't pay yourself, again, for yourself or things you enjoy and stuff like that. What you want to do, in my point for number 8, is that you need to be reinvesting your money, okay? Pay yourself for your future. So don't necessarily pay yourself to go out and buy the nice shoes all the time. And sometimes, you need to do that. I believe in looking good, feeling good, because those two things together help you perform really good, right? Or at least I like that, But here's the thing. Focus on reinvesting your money into your future, okay? Because I'd rather reinvest and have the money I reinvest pay for everything in my future than for me to buy something now but still have to go to work all the time for it, to keep on buying things. Okay, I believe it was I was watching a video one time with Robert Kiyosaki. For those of you who are familiar, the book, the author of the Rich Dad Poor Dad series and stuff like that, right? Famous investor, famous author. And I remember watching a video once, and he said he pays for nothing. All his luxury items, all the nice things that he has, he doesn't pay for it. His tenants pay for it, right? If you're familiar, this guy is like a multi-millionaire through real estate, okay? And he says, like, when he buys luxury cars, Porsches, Ferrari, things like that, like, the money isn't coming out of his personal income. It's coming from profits from the tenants, the people who rent his properties. Okay, so that's his personal money just keeps on stacking. He's getting luxury items, but he says he never buys a new luxury item until he has enough money from profits that tenants are paying for. Okay. So I suggest doing the same thing, find whatever the business is. Once you have enough money, yeah, you can take profits and buy yourself something nice. You should. But what you want to focus on, for instance, Steve Jobs, when he founded Apple, right? When, he could have went out and bought, once he started seeing some money, he could have went out and bought nice clothes and shoes or whatever, a fancy car, just to drive back to his garage where him and Wozniak started Apple, right? It would have just been them two. I guess that would just be him impressing Wozniak and feeling good. I guess that would be fine. But instead, and again, I don't know the whole story. I don't know Steve Jobs' whole story and the whole background, but I'm sure he, like many other wealthy people, took the money and invested into tools, educating himself further, and investing ultimately in people, right? People who he could put in a place that would help exponentially grow the business and will produce exponentially a lot more money than he and just Steve Wozniak could have done on their own. Okay, so that is investing into the future and into your future self instead of investing today for self, if that makes any sense. Okay, so again, point 8 is don't pay yourself for self, but pay yourself for your future. Allow your future to pay for everything. All right. In the case of Robert Kiyosaki, and hopefully you as you continue on your entrepreneurial journey. All right. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed these 8 things I believe every entrepreneur should not only know, but be implementing. If you have liked what you've seen in this video, guys, let us know. Hit that thumbs up button. Share the video, please do. We appreciate all the shares, all the likes, all the love. All right. If you have any suggestions or questions, drop it in the comment section below. We would love to hear any other tips for fellow entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs that you might have. Drop that in the comments below. We would love to hear and share with the community. With that said, make sure you're following us at Revenue Pro Tips on all social media as well. And if you're not doing business, you're interested, you haven't found the right opportunity, hit the first link in the description below. We have an opportunity for you. It might work, it might not. Again, what are your commitments? But it's an opportunity. And again, stay open-minded, but narrowly focused. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, stay tuned, stay locked in. This is Brian, Revenue Pro Tips. See you soon. Peace.